गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम आचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. We are in Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 40, and we have seen how Akrurji, while taking the Lord back to Mathura from Gokul, while Lord Krishna and Balrama were resting in the chariot having lunch, probably, Akrurji, wanting to refresh himself, goes into the lake, into the river, and he sees that both of them are sitting down there. He thought it was a figment of, he was hallucinating. So he comes out and he sees them sitting in the chariot. And then again he goes into the water and again he sees them there. And this time when he sees the Lord Sankarshana, that is the Sheshnag, and the Lord is sitting there on him with his with the goddess Lakshmi next to him, and not only goddess Lakshmi, Pushti, Saraswati, Kanti, Kirti, Tushti, Ila, Urja, Vidya, Avidya, Shakti, Hladini Shakti, and Maya, all of them are there with him. These are his divine energies, and they are all looking pleased in his presence. So, other way, what is the message there? All wives should look pleased in the presence of husbands. But that husband has to be like Lord Krishna. Okay? Then, after that, here the last verse was Vilokya sabhrusham prito bhaktya paramaya yutaha bhayattanuruho bhava pariklinnatmalochanaha gira gadgadaya staushit sattvamalabdya satvataha pranamya murdha vahitaha Krutanjali Putashanaihi. See, what happens is, when a person's mind gets intoxicated by remembering the divine, the knowledge of the entire, the Upanishads, the Vedas, how the Lord is, how He is expressing as the whole creation, how the various elements have come out of Him, what is the position of all the gods, what is the position of Maya, what is... Everything becomes crystal clear, not because of your thinking. it becomes revealed by the grace of the divine. And this is what is told here. Akrurji, we have seen in last few classes how from the time he has left, what do you call, Mathura, he has been thinking only about the Lord, and now on his way back, it has reached a crescendo where now he is seeing this, that Arey Bapre, this Krishna that I am seeing, he is the Lord. He knew that he is the avatar, he is the incarnation of Lord Narayana. But here he has seen him sakshat. He is outside also, he is inside the water also. And when you see something like this, yeah, the thrill goes through him. He becomes absolutely enchanted and ecstatic. And in that moment, a person finds very difficult to express what they are feeling. What is it when people are in love? What can you write? What can you tell? Whatever you tell, it is never enough for expressing what you are feeling inside, isn't it? No, it isn't. When you take a small child and you hug, love you is not enough. Giving a kiss is not enough. It's something more. And in those moments, the stutis, this is one of the stuti which is coming now, a prayer to the Lord. These prayers help us to format our mind. It's not even formatting our mind, but here it is for us, those who are seekers. For us, it is formatting the mind. That this is how we must remember the Lord. For Akrur, it is naturally expressing by the grace of the Lord out of him, out of his intense love for the Lord. And because of that supreme devotion, he greeted the Lord with his head bent low, and standing there and with his palms put together in a namaskar mudra, and with a concentrated mind slowly started singing the praise of the Lord, where not outside, inside the river Kalindi, where he is seeing this whole vision. I am using the word vision, but for him it is pratyaksha. The Lord is sitting there, because Lord is everywhere and he has presented him that vision. And again, and with a voice choked with emotion, pranamya murdna vahitaha krutanjali liputa shanaihi, slowly he started with a lot of love, hair standing, murdna vahita, murdna is the hair standing on end, as if horripilation, and his mind and eyes moistened with love. This is the what you call, the disposition that he has. Where love is there, automatically tears will come out. Not out of crying, out of joy, out of bliss. And what does he sing? It's beautiful. We will see as we go through these verses, you will see he has gained the entire knowledge of everything. It is the sar of all the Upanishads, it's the sar of all the Vedas, it's the sar of all the everything that you want to know. The essence of everything. He says, how many words? Okay. Atha chatvarinchodhyayah Akrura uvacha natosmyaham tvakhila hetu hetum narayanam purushamadhyama vyayam yannabhijatadaravinda koshat brahma virasidhyata esha lukkaha bhustoyamagni pavana khamadihi mahanajadirman indriyani sarvendriyartha vibudhascha sarve ye hetavaste dhonga bhutaha naite swarupam viduratmanaste yajadayo natmataya gruhitaha ajonubaddha sagunairajaya gunat param vedanate swarupam tvam yogino yajantya yadha mahapurushamishwaram साध्यात्मं साधिभूतं च साधिदैवं च साधवः त्रय्या च विद्यया केचित् त्वां वैतानिका द्विजाः यजन्ते विततैर्यज्ञैः नानारूपामराख्यया एके त्वाखिलकर्माणि सन्न्यस्योपशमं गताः ज्ञानिनो ज्ञानयज्ञेन यजन्ति ज्ञानविग्रहम् अन्ये च संस्कृतात्मानो विधिना विहितेन च ते यजन्ति त्वन्मयास्त्वां वै बहुमूर्त्येकमूर्तिकम् त्वामेवान्ये शिवोक्तेन मार्गेण शिवरूपिणम् भवन्नाचार्यविभेदेन भगवन् समुपासते सर्व एव यजन्ति त्वां सर्वदेवमहेश्वरम् येऽप्यन्यदेवता भक्ता यद्यप्यन्यधियः प्रभो यथाद्रिप्रभवा नद्यः पर्जन्यापूरिता प्रभो विशन्ति सर्वतः सिन्धुं तद्वत् त्वां गतयो ततः. Here Akruro Vacha, the Akrurji, in that disposition that we explained to you before, in that disposition he starts singing the praise of the Lord, and he say, and what does he say? He says, "O Lord, I do namaskar to you." But why? Because you are Avinashi. Here it says, "Nataha asmyaham Tvakhile hetu hetum Narayanam Purushumadya Avyayam." Avyayam is that which never perishes, that is which is the source of everything, that is the unmanifest. And he says, you are that who is ever. There is no destruction possible for you, and out of your Nabhikamal, out of your navel, the Brahmaji, the creator, he came out, and who is this Brahmaji? Who has created the creation as we see it. And to that Lord, to that Narayana, out of whom even the creator has come out, to that Lord my prostrations. And in this manner, the first verse itself is takes us straight away to the Lord in our heart. And when we chant these type of mantras, or when we think of the Lord, never think of the Lord in a form of inert picture. It should not be a picture in your mind. It should not be a statue in your mind. It should not be a frieze. No, you must see a Chaitanya Vigraha. So even if you see a photograph or this, but in your mind you should see that Lord is moving, his hair is moving, his hands are moving, he is playing the flute, or Shiva is dancing or something. It must be alive. Otherwise it will take you into Jada Samadhi and you don't want to go there. And in this way, these type of prayers only come out when someone's heart is totally drenched with love. It's soaked with love. There is one lady, now she's a lady, now she must be around 45, 47 years old now, and she had her guru. She was a Sai Baba devotee, but she had another guru. And every night she was living in a girls' hostel, and she will never sleep on the bed. She will make her guru sleep on the bed. Imagine, for us, when she says it is an imagination, but for her it is real, because she is seeing him. And she makes the bed, she puts the pillow, fixes it, puts a glass of water, as if everything is real. And she goes, sometimes she's pressing his feet and she sleeps at his feet only. You will go there and you will not see anything. But for her, it is real. Is it hallucination? Is it imagination? I leave it to you. But after a few years of this, right in front of us, she had been doing this. And in front of us, one day, she came and she said, not to us, to Swamiji. She said, Swamiji, here I got, see if this Sanskrit is right. He says, what is this? Read it. It was a beautiful prayer to her Guru. She has never studied Sanskrit. The Sanskrit, and in the night she just got up, she felt these verses coming, these words coming in, she took a paper and pencil, started writing, and in the morning a beautiful 2 shlokas had come. And this happened for a few weeks, and a nice collection of verses was there, and wonderful. This is not just hearsay, this is not just imagination, things happen like this. For us it is hearsay or just some story. Why? Because we have not even surrendered to anyone till today. We have not loved fully anyone. Always it is give and take. You do 50% of washing, I will do 50% of cooking. You take care of the girl, I will take care of the boy. I will drop them to the school, you pick them up from the school. This is not love. This is calculation. Life is not a calculation. If you want, and what real love is, only when you fall in love with the Lord, then you will come to know. Then that Namdev Maharaj, he looks at the statue, he doesn't see that statue as a Jada Vigraha, as an inert statue. His father has told him that I am going away for the day, son, you give the prasad to the Lord and then you bring it to mom. And when he came in the evening, the dad said, he said, where's the prasad? He said, God ate it. He says, for 18 years I have given the prasad to the Lord and God never ate. How come in one day you gave it, oh Lord ate? You must have eaten it. And he was about to give him too. And that moment the Lord appeared. Because he is devotee, no? Immediately the God and the goddess, Vishnu and Lakshmi, they appeared. And they protected him from there. But because of that son, who had a very nirmal man, no, dirt of any sort, no doubts about it. Dad has told, this is God, it must be, and he saw it as the Lord only. See? Initially he didn't. But then on one hand was fear that Dad has said, then why is this Lord not coming and taking the prasad? And he kept banging his head on the feet of the Lord, that statue, wanting to invoke the Lord in there. He doesn't know all this language. But out of that purity of his mind, he just did that and Lord appeared. For us, we will just little bit, will knock our head on the statue, maybe on the steps of the temple. Arey baapre, I don't know how much dirt is there, I'll get some rash. Our devotion is very half-baked. It has to be full on. Don't worry about the world. Truth is the Lord, and that Lord is not other than the self that is within. Hold on to that. Everything else is ephemeral. Everything else is coming and going. It's not worth thinking about. How do we live in this life? Suffer. While living in this life, keep your attention on that divine. Then the solutions will come automatically. And in this manner, continuing in the second verse, the Lord, see here one thing is there, when he says the word that namaskar to you, O Lord. What is this namana? What is this namaskar? In Hindi or in Sanskrit also, namana. नमन करते हैं ना भगवान को. What does namana mean? Naman means this, naman means prostration, but adhyatmically there is another meaning. What is that? Na mana. Mana means mind, and na mana means no mind. Huh? No mind. So our prayer should be of such quality that when we remember the Lord, when we listen to the stories of the Lord, when we talk about the Lord, when we do the puja of the Lord, when we go to the temple, whatever, when we come across Mahatmas who have realized the Lord, our mind must become no mind. Is it becoming no mind? You cannot make it happen. But if your attention and love is to the feet of the Guru or to the Lord, then automatically that mind becomes a no mind. And there, at that very moment, the secret is revealed to such a person. And he becomes full, he becomes fulfilled, he becomes contented. And thereafter, there is nothing that he needs to seek anymore. Then such a person becomes a living God on earth. Jesus was one, Buddha was one. And if you realize, you are also one. Nahi Swami, not us. Then okay, not. They were also like us, they were also born like us only. But they realized it. Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Akkalkot Swami, etc. So many Mahatmas are there. Great masters are there. In the past and living at the moment. Continuing. Bhustoyam agni pavanaha khamadir mahana janardimana indriyani sarvendriyartha vibudhascha sarve ye hetavaste jagatonga bhutaha. In the second verse Akrurji is saying ki, O Lord, this Bhagwan Narayana, he gives the instructions to Lord Brahma. Brahma is the creator. And what does he tell him? That go, create the creation. Do you remember that story? When Narayana told Brahmaji? When Brahmaji came out of the navel on the lotus, he looked left, front, right, left, back. 4 heads were born. And he saw only emptiness, he saw only darkness. He says, where am I? Who am I? And thinking in this way, he went into the stalk of the lotus, went back to the Lord, to the source. Narayana is much bigger than the Brahmaji. So he went in, and there he heard, what did he hear? What did he hear? 1621. 1621. 1621. 3 times. 1621 is tapas. Ta is the 16th alphabet of the Sanskrit language, and pa is the 21st alphabet. So tapa, not tapas, tapa. So he said, tapa means what? Tapa means what? Tapasya means austerity. So he started doing austerity. And he wanted to know why I am born. Do you know why you are born? I am born to fall in love, find my husband, find my wife, have children, then rear them up for 20 years. After that, play with my grandchildren. After that, and throughout that period, many times I'll be laughing, many times I'll be crying, and that makes the life, There is a muhavara. What does it say? भूल गया. जब आएगा तो मैं बताऊंगा. It's a nice thought, but it is not satisfying. Everyone is pointing. Is this all that there is in life? And what else is more? There must be some purpose. When Creator himself was born and is thinking, what is my purpose? तुम किस खेत की मूली हो कि you know everything already? You have to search. That purpose must be revealed. You cannot think and work it out. It must come as a command of the Lord. And that's what happened to Brahmaji. His command was tapas. He started doing tapas. He started doing austerity. And when he started doing austerity, he realized, oh, my purpose is that I have to create the creation and offer it at the feet of my boss. Who is his boss? Narayana. And he started, and he experiments. First he experimented with Sanat Kumaras. They became devotee of the Lord. Now how will a creation expand if they became monks? The moment they were born, they became monks. Then he created Narada. He also became a monk. Now he was frustrated. What to do? Creator frustrated? Yes. Because he wanted to, and in that frustration, in that anger that he was not able to create appropriate offering for Narayana, then in that anger the Rudra was born. See? Then Saraswati was born. Then the potentiality, his potentiality. And then she said, why are you trying all these new experiments? Why don't you make someone like yourself? He says, what? I will make so many people with 4 heads. No, make with 1 head, but make. Then he made man. And from the man he made the woman. And this way, then the Manu and Shatarupa, and then the whole thing began. It kept multiplying. So that was his purpose. What is your purpose? We don't even produce children as an offering to the Lord. They are merely born out of lust. See? So, one must come to know what is the purpose of life. And here, Akrurji Maharaj is saying that Narayana gave instructions to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji did the tapasya and created the creation. Our tapasya is what? Our austerity is what? To give up the world and realize the Lord. What is the tapasya of the Lord? To give up his oneness and become many. 2 things. फोन रख दो अभी, फोन पे मत बात करो, मेरे को डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है.
Yeah, I'm typing what you're saying.
अच्छा, you're writing. I'll check afterwards. मैं भी चालू हूँ. हाँ, ठीक है. So he is giving up his experience of unity, and he is becoming many, multi-pointed. And we who are already multi-pointed, we have to give up the multi-pointedness and we have to realize that one. So this is the tapasya of ours. And in this way, he says, the Akrura Maharaj says that Prithvi, earth, water, fire, air, space, ego, the ego or the ahankar, Mahat Tattva is the total ego, the nature, Prakriti, Purusha, the humans, the consciousness, the mana, the mind, the indriya, the senses, and all other senses, all of them along with their Adhishtatru Devata. So like for example, the Adhishtatru Devata of the ears are Dikpalas. The Adhishtatru Devata of the nose is Ashwini Kumars. Dikpal Devata of the tongue is Varuna Devata. The potential or the lord of the eyes is, the left eye is the moon, the right eye is the sun. And in this way, all the devatas along with the senses, and devatas are nothing but what are they? The potential behind that particular organ. So all of them, they were he prays that all these gods are nothing, along with their organs, they are nothing but they are your swarup, they are essentially of the nature of yours only, O Lord, and not anything else. And in this way, how this what are the three stages? Nirgun Nirakar, that is the one. What is Nirgun Nirakar? Nirgun is without any qualities, Nirakar is without any form and without any attributes. So that reality which is without any form and without any qualities slowly comes to manifest as with qualities and with form. That is its tapasya. And how does it do it? By the help of Brahmaji, by the help of, you can say that same Ishvara again is coming down through the help of Brahmaji. And in this way, he says that the realization of Akrur is that this whole creation which he is experiencing is not without the grace of the Lord himself. How did suddenly he come to this realization? Under the water? Our thought will be going right now. He was, for such a long prayer, he was standing under the water. How did he breathe? Did water not go into his nose? Did water not go into his mouth? We are studying Bhagavad to remember the Lord, not to how he breathed or he did not breathe. Okay? Well, in unwanted things our attention will go. So this is a revelation where straight away he came to know, or it was revealed to him, that the entire creation essentially is nothing but Lord Narayana, the divinity itself. Whether you call Lord Narayana, whether you call Lord Shiva, whether you call by any other name of God, it does not matter. It is the source is the divinity, and not even source. It is the divinity essentially. And in this manner, and he says another thing very beautiful. And he says, what? Sarvendriyartha. No, in the Naite Swarupam Viduratmanaste Yajadayo Natmataya Gruhita Ajo Nubaddha Sagunairajaya Gunat Param Vedanate Swarupam. In the third verse he says that, very nice, that this whole, O Lord, this Prakriti, and out of this Prakriti, whatever has been created, O Lord, everything is of the nature of Idam. Remember, at the somewhere before in Bhagavatam also it has come, the consciousness expresses through the mind as reflected consciousness. That reflected consciousness then bifurcates as the I thought and the that thought. I thought interacts with the that thought to create an experience. I remains one. I cannot be many. I is one only. But the that thought, the idam vritti, they keep changing. And what is this idam vritti? The entire creation. What is this I? Essentially the Purusha. Essentially go one step back, it is the witness. Go one step back, it is the Paramatma. It never changes. It's ever the same. But the idam keeps changing. Mirror is ever the same. The people come and go in front of it, but mirror remains the same. Exactly the same way. This Lord remaining the same, the Prakriti manifests as the manyness, and all this manyness is not me, it is the idam. So taking it subjectively, I am the permanent principle, and everything that is changing is an aspect of the Prakriti. What is the Prakriti within us? The mind. What is Prakriti within us? The mind. So you are not the mind. Remember this. And where our problem is, we think we are the mind. And that's where the challenge comes. So the Lord, He is beyond knowing the consciousness as I is not enough. The Lord is even beyond this I. This I that we think we are, or as the living principle, it is attached to the matter. Therefore, it is the I. But the Lord, He is beyond the consciousness and beyond the matter. So He is the supreme I. We can recognize that. A wave can recognize that it is the infinite waters. It is possible. But it has to give up one thing. What is that? Its sense of waveness. Then how can we realize that? By giving up our sense of body consciousness. Stop thinking of yourself as an individual. I gave you once, in 2-3 chapters before, the thought that came. I think it came here, I don't know where I told. When you keep thinking of other people, when a wave thinks of another wave, competition and comparison. An individual thinks of another individual, competition, comparison, attachment, detachment, anger, greed, all this will come. When the wave or the individual thinks of the total, what will happen? A seeker is born. So when we think of the Lord, seeker is born within us. But we must stay there only. Don't come down. Don't think of other people. Think of the Lord only in your heart. When staying here, we take in our mind, we start contemplating what could be the vision of the total, the divine, when he looks at the total world. What will be the vision of the ocean when it looks at all the waves? Will the ocean say, oh, I like this wave or I don't like that wave? Will he say that? His vision is, all the waves are in me, I am in all the waves, but I am much more than the waves, isn't it? Because waves only appear on the surface. Ocean is much deeper. So he says, all the waves are in me, I am in sustaining and supporting all the waves, but I am much more than all the waves or no waves, isn't it? When you start taking this position in meditation or in your contemplation, what could be the experience of the Lord when He looks at the whole cosmos, whole creation? He will say, whole cosmos is in me, I am expressing through the whole cosmos, but I am much more than the cosmos. What could be that be? What would be that experience like? You stay with it, you stay with it, you stay with it. It will reveal. So first was comparison and competition, individual versus individual. When individual thinks of the total, a seeker is born. When the individual takes the position of the total and starts looking at how the total would be looking at all the individuals, there will be grace and compassion and blessings. He will not like or dislike. He will not, I don't want him, nothing like that, isn't it? Accepting everything, rejecting nothing and retaining nothing. That will be the disposition of the total, isn't it? And then now there's one more step, which is the step from the vision of the Absolute. What will be the vision of the Absolute? What will be the vision of Absolute? He will not say anything. I am one without a second, and this experience is without a thought. Nothing to be said, because no words can ever explain. So, these 4 stages are so that we can determine where are we. Are we at individual with individual, or we are individual thinking of the total, or we are in a disposition where we are thinking how, contemplating on how the total is looking at the total world. Even if you come to this 3rd stage, life is fulfilled. So, understand that you are essentially that pure consciousness which is beyond the I and that thought. Essentially. And that is the divine, the real divine that we are looking for or we are searching for. There alone the endless fulfillment is possible. Nowhere else. And how that comes into our life? it comes into our life through satsangs, it comes into our life through the grace of various masters whom we come across, and also through the grace of the scriptures, and also through our right angle of approach in our sadhana. If we don't do sadhana on a daily basis, connecting with who we essentially are, then it will go away. If you don't try making a particular dish for a few times, then you forget what goes into that dish, isn't it? Then you have to check or ask someone to refresh your memory. So we have to connect to ourselves every day. And as we contemplate in this manner on the divine on a daily basis, we'll come to realize eventually, by the grace, that there is nothing called inertness. There is nothing called inertness. A cube of ice is nothing but what? Water, isn't it? So, is there really anything called cube of ice? It's only frozen water, which is called cube. So what is this? What are you? These are frozen cubes of ice. Frozen what? Frozen? Not matter. Frozen consciousness. Frozen consciousness. Otherwise we get here from, this is another angle of approach. Otherwise we are always arguing between Jad and Chetan, Jad and Chetan, Jad and Chetan. Here suddenly he gives a new meaning to it, that from the divine's point of view there is nothing called Jad, there is nothing called inert. Everything is He alone, everything is of the nature of divinity and nothing else. And this will be our realization if we surrender to the Lord, if we keep Him in our mind all the time. And until and unless we do not give up this obsession with inertness, till then we cannot have the vision of the divine. Both happen. The moment the obsession or the idea of inertness goes away, that very moment bliss expresses. Is it your experience? As long as you are thinking you are the body and you are trying to sleep, you will not go to sleep. But when sleep comes, do you know you are the body in the sleep? Do you know in which position you are lying down in the bed? Do you know in which room you are? Do you know whether your leg is touching the ceiling or it's on someone's head or somewhere? No, you don't know anything. You are free of body consciousness, isn't it? So just like your example is given by Swamiji, and that is just like if you are standing in front of a mirror and you are looking at yourself in the mirror. Who is in the mirror? Getting reflected? You are getting reflected in the mirror. And at that time you see in the mirror, you are looking in front in the mirror, that time you see that there is someone with a gun coming behind you. Someone is coming with the gun behind you. And who will come to know that there is someone coming with a gun behind you? Who will tell you? Who will come to know? Is it the reflection? Will the reflection tell you, hey, Swami, look, there is someone behind you? Will the reflection tell you? No, na? Then who will come to know? You only will come to know, isn't it? If your mind is the mirror, can your mind tell you what is behind you? Can the mind tell you are behind you is the consciousness? Can the mind tell you behind you is the Paramatma? You have to know. You have to know. The reflection can never come to know. It can never communicate also. So, whenever we take this support of scriptures, whenever we take the support of sadhana, whenever we take the support of statues, whenever we take the support of pictures of gods, they have a purpose, but it is very limited. It is very limited. Until and unless the attention doesn't go to the conscious principle, till then parivartan doesn't take place within us. Continuing, in the fourth verse he says, Tvam yogino yajantyadha mahapurusham sadhyatmam sadhibhutam cha sadhidaivam cha sadhavaha. He says, singing the glory of the Lord, he says, Akrura Maharaj is saying that the yogis, they do your upasana, O Lord, and they establish their antakaran, they establish their inner equipment in you, who are antaryami. And what is the antakaran? Someone tell me. What is the inner equipment? Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Mind, intellect, memory and ego. This is what is represented in Brahmaji with the four faces. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. These are the four faces of Brahmaji at the totality level. So he says that their mind, intellect, memory and ego is established in you, it is stabilized in you, and the world, the entire gross world, which is essentially pervaded by you alone, O Lord, the Surya, Chandra, that means the moon and the sun, etc., all gods, and the various Ishta Devatas, they are all witness. They are witness of all these gods, and they see that the one Lord alone is expressing as all these gods. This is their experience. Continuing, Traya cha vidyaya kechit tvam vaitanika dvijaha yajante vitatair nana rupa marakhyaya. In the fifth verse he says that those karmakandi, trayacha vidyaya kechit tvam vaitanika dvijaha. So these karmakandi Brahman, those who follow the rituals, and they with the Trividya, with the three knowledges, they do invoke different gods by giving various ahutis, and they please them. And really speaking, by giving those ahutis to these various demigods, actually they are giving it to you only, but they don't know that. And those who are intelligent, those who are wise people, they become sannyasis, and they become renunciates, or taking renunciation, they renounce all the actions, and with a calm and quiet and tranquil mind, they become established in you, O Lord, and they with the jnana yajna. Yajna means a sacrifice. So what are they sacrificing? The knowledge sacrifice. Is this knowledge sacrifice what is happening right now? At one level, yes. But a seeker, when you are doing a yajna, jnana yajna in yourself, then how will the sacrifice, what will be the nature of jnana yajna? Contemplation on the Lord, the remembering of the Lord or the self within you. That will become your jnana yajna. So every thought is reminding you or taking you to your essential nature. That is jnana yajna, which is taking on within ourselves. This is outer jnana yajna, where words are being used to remind ourselves of the divine. And in this way, jnanis do that type of upasana. And here it is told, eke tvakhila karmani sannyasyopashamamam gataha jnanino jnana yajnena yajanti jnana vigraham. So this is what we talked about just now. Next one in the 7th verse. Anye cha sanskritatmano vidhina bihitena te yajanti tvanmayastvam vai bahumurtye kamurtikam. In the 7th verse he says that what annecha sanskritatmano vidhina abhitena te. Here he says that Akruras is saying to while he is praying, singing the prayer to the Lord, he says there are people, the Vaishnavas for example, they take different methodologies and vidhis by which they do your puja, they invoke you. And there are other people, those who are devotees of the Shiva, they are also doing the same thing, but they are doing the upasana of the Lord Shiva. But even though they are doing the prarthana of Lord Shiva, actually they are doing it to you only. They don't know that. They think they are doing it to Shiva. And in this way, in any Lord, any God, let it be Brahmaji, let it be Shivji, let it be Indra, let it be Hanuman, any God that you are praying, essentially the prayer is to the Lord Narayana. Now the beauty is, in Bhagavat Mahapuran, everything is to Lord Narayana. In Shiv Puran, same language will be used, but it will be for Lord Shiva. They will say, anyone who is praying to Lord Narayana or Lord Brahma, actually they are praying to Lord Shiva only. If you read Devi Puran, it will be to Devi. So what do we understand from that? What do we understand from that? It is all one only. There are no differences. These differences are in our own mind. And in this way, so those people who, you see many places, yesterday we went to someone's place, they had their Ishta Devata. Swamiji, this is our Ishta Devata. Then there is Guru, some Guru had given another photograph. So that was there. Then she has her own Guru, that is Shirdi Sai Baba. But she has got no confusion. But if someone else goes into the temple, my God, you got so many, how do you concentrate? Which one do you concentrate on? It happens, isn't it? For an unprepared mind, it is a source of confusion. For a paripakwa mind, means a matured mind, and that maturity has not come by thinking, that maturity has come by the grace of the divine. Then it automatically sees the oneness which is in and through everything, and there is no confusion. And this is the beauty of the mind of the subcontinent, of the Bharat Pradesh. We have got so many gods, and we have got no problem. Gadhe ko bhi prapta. You know, Gadha is the Vahan of whom? Shitala Devi. You came, no? We saw Shitala Devi. Shitala Devi, she goes, and there is in Kankal there is a temple. She is sitting on the donkey. So donkey is also prayed. Snake is also prayed. Peacock is also prayed. Lion is also prayed. The Lord came as Hayagriva. Then the Indra's Vahan is what? The elephant. All different animals. Everything is divine. And we have got no confusion. We actually laugh about it. Arey, gadhe mein bhi Bhagwan hai. But we accept it without any, without any confusion in our mind. And keep it that way. That will open up the whole world to you. You will see, this is the beauty that our culture has given us. the ability to see divinity in the most lower than the lowest and the higher than the highest. And in this way, so Akrurji Maharaj is saying that actually speaking, they are all praying to you only. Tvamevanye shivoktena margena shivarupinam bahuvacharya vibhedena bhagavan samupasate. So they are basically doing upasana of yours only, even though they are thinking of other gods. सर्व एव यजन्ति त्वां सर्वदेवमहेश्वरं येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यद्यप्यन्य धियः प्रभो. In the 9th verse he says that, O Lord, just like the mountains, that around the mountains there are many rivers which are going around, and they take the waters which has rained down and eventually going around in so many different places and turning, going backwards. River never goes in a straight line. It's always, it's like a snake, curly journey. And eventually it reaches the ocean, and that is its fulfillment. Exactly the same way that Upasana Marg, be ready for this, huh? The Upasana Marg is like that river. It takes you everywhere and eventually it takes you to the Lord. It doesn't take you straight to the Lord. Then how do you go straight to the Lord? Upasana of various devatas, of various sadhanas today only. After Sanskrit class, one person says, Swamiji, I want to come to Panchadashi class. I said, there will be two things will happen. Either you will sleep in the class, or you can come, but from next class you will not come. Or you will love it so much that you will keep coming. So, this is why. What is Vedanta? I said Vedanta is beyond words. And it takes you beyond everything. You cannot hold on to anything. He says, I can't hold on to? No. Then, and the topic was going on. And he said, but then what about Kundalini Marg? I am practicing Kundalini Marg. I said, Kundalini has got no meaning in this. It is there. So now Japa Sadhana is there, Kundalini Sadhana is there, Kriya Yoga is there, the Laya Prakriya is there, the Pancha Kosha Vivek is there. I am not the body, I am not the breath, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. This is also one of the methodologies by which you can come back to yourself. And there are many different exercises. All these are upasanas. Here Akrurji has come to realization that all upasanas are a long way of catching your nose when you can catch it straight. And how do you catch it straight? Just accept it. Our problem is we don't want to accept it. Then what you are saying, Swamiji, is correct, but where but comes, duality begins. One but is, there are two meanings of but. But is not one single buttock. Two buttocks make one butt. Duality. No but. It is like that. Either accept it or keep complaining. So here Akrurji is saying that all upasanas are a merry-go-round way to reach you, O Lord, O Divine, to reach the Paramatma. And eventually they reach you, no doubt. But they take you for a merry-go-round. You see, you have a good, sightseeing along the way till you reach the Lord. What is the sightseeing? Bhur, Bhuva, Swa, Tapaha. So various planes of experience. The earthly plane, the heavenly plane, the tapolok, the ancestral field plane of experience, then Brahmaji's plane of experience. And this way, it's a nice sightseeing tour. And eventually you will get there. And when will that be? In this life? Maybe. Otherwise, many lifetimes it will take. But is it possible to get to you straight away? Yes. How? See how Akrurji got there? In one day he got there. One day. And what is his quality? Only one. What is that? He is not practicing cruelty in his life. Therefore Akrur. Isn't it? Not by thought, not by word, not by deed. Therefore he has been given the name Akrur. And he was just waiting for the time. He didn't know when that time is going to come. But it came as a surprise. When Kamsa called him, and the moment it came, he grabbed it. And in one day he is getting the vision of the divine. And all this knowledge is getting revealed to him. यथा द्विघ्न भवानद्यः पर्जन्या पूरिता प्रभो विशन्ति सर्वतः सिन्धुं तद्वत्त्वां गतयोऽन्ततः. So this is what we just explained. Continuing, 11th verse. स्वत्वं रजतम इति भवतः प्रकृतेर्गुणाः तेषु हि प्राकृता प्रोता आब्रह्मस्थावरादयः. तुभ्यं नमस्ते स्वविशक्त दृष्टये सर्वात्मने सर्वधियां च साक्षिणे गुणप्रवाहोऽयमविद्यया कृतः प्रवर्तते देवनृतिर्यगात्मसु अग्निर्मुखं तेवनिरङ्घ्रिरीक्षणं सूर्यो नभो नाभिरथो दिशश्रुतिः द्यौकं सुरेन्द्रास्तव बाहवो ऋणवाः कुक्षिर्मरुत प्राणबलं प्रकल्पितं रोमाणि वृक्षौषधय शिरोरुहा मेघा परस्यास्ति न खानि तेद्रयः निमेषणं रात्रयः प्रजापतिः मेढ्रस्तु वृष्टिस्तव वीर्यमिष्यते त्वय्यव्ययात्मन पुरुषे प्रकल्पिता लोका सपाला बहुजीवसङ्कुलाः यथा सञ्जिहते जलौकसो अप्युदुम्बरे वामशका मनोमये यानि यानि रूपाणि क्रीडनार्थं विभक्षिः तैरामृष्टशुचो लोका मुद्रा गायन्ति ते यशः मुदा गायन्ति ते यशः नमः कारणमत्स्याय प्रलयाब्धिचराय च हयर्षीर्षिणे तमस्तुभ्यं मधुकैटभभृत्यवे अकूपाराय बृहते नमो मन्दरधारिणे क्षित्युद्धारविहाराय नमः सूकरमूर्तये नमस्ते अद्भुतसिंहाय साधुलोकभयापः वामनाय नमस्तुभ्यं कान्तत्रिभुवनाय च नमो भृगूणां पतये दप्तक्षत्रवनच्छिदे नमस्ते रघुवर्याय रावणान्तकराय च नमस्ते वासुदेवाय नमः संकर्षणाय च प्रद्युम्नाय निरुद्धाय सात्वतां पतये नमः नमो बुद्धाय शुद्धाय दैत्यदानवमोहिने Mlecha praya kshatrahantre namaste kalkirupine. So here, beginning from the 11th verse, he says, he says that in this Prakriti there are three gunas, and excuse me. Akruras says this Prakriti has three gunas. They are Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and through these three gunas, all the sentient and insentient beings and objects are created. So, including the jivas and everything in this world is created. Everything that we have an experience of as other than ourselves comes under the realm of Prakriti. I does not come under the pure consciousness, does not come under the realm of Prakriti. But anything, if you are thinking of I as I thought, then that I thought is in the Prakriti. But are you, because you think, or are you, therefore thinking happens? Which one is true? Don't look at me like... Are you because you think, or thinking happens because you are? Thinking happens because you are. So whether there is I thought in the mind or not, you still are, isn't it? Is it right or wrong? Yes. So recognize this. And this thing comes, we have said it many times, we are saying it again, not, I know for some people it may be a challenge. How do you thinking? But it is true. Take a deep breath, take a chill pill, and sit quietly and see. I am, I am, I am. Mind is saying I am, I am, I am. Who knows I am is going on in the mind? You know, isn't it? So, are you knowing I am? So, are you because I am is going on in the mind, or I am is going on in the mind because you are? Come to, so now I am is going on in the mind, but you know you are other than the I am going on in the mind. Come to that fellow. It cannot be caught. It cannot be caught by the mind, but you have to come to that sense of being, come to that witness, come to that substratum in whose presence the thoughts are going on. Again and again come. That is the ultimate. Everything will sort itself out. The husbands, the wives, the children, everything will sort itself out. You don't have to worry. The whole creation sorts itself out. Why? What will happen? You will become like a gopi. Do everything, but your realization of the Lord is Atmatvena and Parokshatvena. They realize that the self is nothing but the Lord, and they see the world and they see that also nothing as other than the Lord. This vision, how beautiful it will be. Even one glimpse of it, one glimpse, and your life will change. So he's saying, oh Lord, you are expressing through all these three gunas, but you are not conditioned by the three gunas. He's saying that. But what is our condition? We are expressing through these three gunas, but we are conditioned by the three gunas. We don't see ourselves as the witness of the three gunas, even though we are. But we think we are the waker, we are the dreamer, we are the sleeper. Next day, I am the waker, I am the dreamer, I am the sleeper. Next day, I am the dreamer, I am the waker, I am the sleeper. Every day, same thing. Never taking a position. Never even thinking even once that how do I know that these three have come and gone every day? Never thinking about it. Not even giving one iota of thought. Because the moment you give, Suddenly you realize, "Arey, that means these three are coming and going, I am knowing it, then who is this me?" Ah. Coming to that substratum, coming to that witness, in Bhagavad Gita it comes as Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. That Lord in the 9th chapter where he says that the whole world is in me, I am in the whole world, but I am transcendental. Even though I am supporting the whole world, I am transcendental to the whole world. This question this fellow asked me today. He says, Swamiji, there it says, he says in chapter that he is in the world, he is not in the world, but he is independent of the world, but supporting the world. Why? What is this contradiction? I got confused with those verses. I said, now he's coming tomorrow to Panchadashi. Let's see what happens to him. I'm just jokingly saying this. I'm sure he will gel into it. Scriptural language is a language of contradictions. Why is it? Are they purposely making you confused? No? Then why? Why they keep giving contradictions again and again? Huh? You question and inquire into it, but you will never get an answer by asking a question. Then why they keep presenting? Even in Upanishads, there are opposite viewpoints again and again. Why? Kapatkarji, why contradictory views are presented in scriptures everywhere?
Because the doubts arise every mind.
Doubt arises.
Clear the doubts.
By contradiction, it will increase more. Doubts will increase more. There is no solution to the doubts.
End result will be, your mindset will be very clear after that. And when you are contradicting, it will come.
By looking at contradictions, your doubts will not go away. Only by grace the doubts go away. By understanding, doubts don't go away. Anything go into your life, anything that has clicked in your life, it has not. You may have been thinking, but when the click happens, it happens at its own time. It happens by the grace. It's a revelation.
But every time when we are contradicting, we are remembering.
No, I'm not saying you are contradicting. I am saying, my statement was, in scriptures, many places there are contradictions given. Are they there to confuse us, or what is their purpose? The purpose of say no. You cannot contemplate. What will happen if you contemplate on those contradictions? Eh? No, you can. A person, if he looks at that, he says, this is crazy. Scriptures don't know what they are talking about. I think some idiot has written them. People have come and said that to me. Not saying the idiot, but I think it's crazy. I don't want to study the scriptures. Then why?
You should not be caught up in the contradictions. Your attention should be
Good.
something more than that.
The contradictions are given to us so that we don't form a concept of reality. If you form a concept of reality, an idea of reality, then it will become a thought in your mind. Concepts, you know concepts only through thoughts, isn't it? So continuously contradictions are presented, so your mind is not able to hold on to. Abhi abhi I understood that reality was, again suddenly it's taken away from you. Then you understood that, then again it is taken away from you. Then what do I, yeah! Some people behave this manner. We have also gone through that. But that frustration comes only when, as he said very rightly, when your attention is on the thoughts, on the contradictions. If your attention is on the self, on the divinity, then those contradictions which are there, you can, if you are not caught up in them, contradictions are presented for whom? For you or for the mind? For the mind, not for you. But where we go wrong, we think we are the ones who are getting confused, isn't it? It is the mind for whom these contradictions are given. And when mind is exposed to these contradictions, it gives up trying to work out. The moment it gives up and you are witnessing, everything is over. Realization is not something to be gained. Only removal of the mind is required, or silencing of the mind is required. These are some basic tenets which we must always harbor within ourselves. It will keep you always aware all the time. First one, you are not the mind. Second, body is a concept of this mind. That means I am not the body. Now I can't enjoy eating food. Someone will say, Swami, from now on, if you are not the body, then we don't have to call you for bhiksha. Yes, technically it is correct. Continuing. Where are we? Which verse? Tubhyam namaste. So here in the verse 12 he says that you are the witness of all the thoughts, O Lord, and this entire creation, known and unknown, which is because of the gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas, and the various pap and punya, the devatas, the animals, the birds, the various yonis, etc. They cannot even touch you, O Lord. Why? Because you are other than everything that is expressing in this creation. So now come to this statement, you are supporting and sustaining the whole creation, yet you are transcendental to the creation. Exactly the same way, I as consciousness am supporting and sustaining the mind, but I am much more than the mind. Come to realize this in your own self. Come to realize this. But because we are so identified with the mind, we are never able to take that step back and look at the whole thing. Not outside, in the mind. Answer is not there. And answer is not there in the mind also. But you have to look at the mind. If you look at the mind as a sakshi, as a witness, the mind will undo itself. It will dissolve. Because you are not getting identified with it. And in this way, in the 13th verse he says, Dhyauka surendrastava bahavornavaha kukshir marut pranabalam prakalpitam romani vrikshaushadaya shiroruha megha parasyasti nakhani tedrayaha. And continuing the prayer, the Akrurji says, he's giving the same explanation as it comes in the Purusha Suktam. And what does he say? Here he says that the fire is your mouth, the earth is your feet, your Surya and Chandrama, the sun and the moon are your eyes, the space is your navel, the various directions are your ears, the heaven is your head, the the Devendra, the King Indra of the heaven, and the various ganas, they are your arms. The oceans is your coke, is your abdomen, and the air is the prana shakti within you, is the vital force within you. Not vital force, the prana shakti, what do we will call it? The life force within you, the life, not vitality, life force within you. The trees are your hair, the day and night are your eyelids. When they open it is day, when they close it is night. Hmm? and uh, and the Prajapati, he is Prajapati is the what are they? Who are Prajapatis? अब इंग्लिश में कैसे बोलूँगा इनको? They are the what do you say? Huh? Commander in chiefs of various areas, and they are the Jnanendriyas, and they are the organs of perception. And after that he continues, he says Vrishti, rain is your virya, that is your vitality. And just like in the water there are many water animals, and same way this Udumbar, what is Udumbar? Udumbare va mashaka manomaye. Udumbar is some fruit or something? Udumbar is Audumbar. It is that fig tree. Fig tree. In the fig tree, like in the fruit, there are many insects which live within that. So like that, just like in the water there are many water animals, and in the Audumbar there are many small insects. Same way for the Upasana, Upasana is for the Manomaya Purusha, for the mind, and for the mind to do Upasana, you have expressed all this so that the mind can focus on something and can meditate upon. And in this way, you have imagined all the various fields of experiences, and you have brought about the various lokpalas, means those people, those gods, demigods who are ruling that field of experience. And we gave the example just now. Right eye, the god controlling the vision in the right eye is sun. And this way the whole thing was told. And you have done that, O Lord. And then in the 16th verse he says, Yani yani harupani kridanartha vibharshihi tairam rushta shucho loka muda gayanti te yashaha. He says, O Lord, O Prabhu, for the purpose of sport, or for mere sport, you take incarnation, and you take away the misery and bondage of the people, and make them rid of all that. And after that, all the people they live in bliss, singing your glory alone. And Namakar, and see, Namakarana Matsyaya. Now from here, from verse 17 till 22, all the avatars of the Lord are taken. All the incarnations of the Lord are told. And here he says that in the O Lord, you only took the form of the Matsya Roop, that is the fish incarnation at the time of Pralaya, and you lived in the huge ocean at that time, and then you only took the form of Madhukaitab, you only took the form of Hayagriv and destroyed the Rakshasa by the name of Madhu and Kaitab. And then I'm not going to read all the verses, we'll read it again. And in the 18th verse he says, you took the form of the tortoise, and you held the Mandharachal mountain on your back during the churning of the ocean, and and for the and that was done for the benefit of the earth, and and for the benefit of the earth you had taken the form of Varaha. After Kachap, after tortoise, he took the form of a boar, and after the boar he took the form of Nrsimha, where he came to protect Prahlad, who was a great devotee of the Lord, and to destroy the Asura, the, what was his name? Hiranyakashyap. And Lord always comes to protect those who are his devotees and destroy those who give troubles to his devotees. And here in this case, Hiranyakashyap was the father of the small boy. So he came to protect the small boy and eventually killed the father himself, who was ready to destroy his own son, who was the devotee of the Lord. And in this way, and therefore, O Lord, again and again my prostrations to you. And then after that you took the form of Vaman. Vaman is a dwarf. You came as a dwarf, and in 3 steps you conquered the entire creation from the king Bali, and therefore, and to that Vaman avatar also my prostrations. And then in the verse 20th, and then all the arrogant warriors, Kshatriyas, who had, all the Kshatriyas who had become so arrogant with power and wealth, to show them the right path and to finish them, to defeat them, you took the form of Bhrugupati Parshuram, and after that to finish Ravan, who was very, very egoistic, you took the form of Ram in the Raghuvansh, and after that to that what do you call Parshuram, and to Ramchandra ji I offer my prostrations. Then in the 21st verse he says, then you appeared as Vasudev and Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, and in these you yourself took the 4 forms. See, remember, Vasudev is who? Shri Krishna. Who is Sankarshana? Balram. Who is Pradyumna? Krishna's son. And who is Aniruddha? He is the son of Pradyumna. So all of them are his expressions alone. In other words, you all are, including me in that, we all are expressions of that divine alone. And if you think, see, even though he has taken, he himself is expressing as Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, did they live forever? They also became unmanifest, isn't it? But how did they become unmanifest? Did they become unmanifest, or did they go away thinking of the divine? Think. So here, that is not the point being made. Point is that everything in this, he is giving you the whole eulogy of the various avatars, various incarnations, and the Lord appears and takes incarnation. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In every time, or in every period of time, the Lord incarnates. Why? Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the good people. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, to destroy the bad people who are persecuting the good people. Dharma sansthapanarthaya, to re-establish the way of the righteousness. See? And all these various, what we have just now enumerated, they are all the times when the Lord has incarnated. And then he says, hey, I prostrate to you. Then in the 22nd verse he says, then you took the form of the Buddha who neutralized all the Daityas and the Danavas, and after that, uh, uh, and then now in the future, here it doesn't say in the future, but eventually you will take the form of Kalki, and it says soon you will take the form of a Kalki to destroy the Kshatriya race, because they will become so strong. And and to that Kalki and to that Buddha Bhagavan, my prostrations again and again. And then continuing, Akrurji is saying, O Lord, all the jivas are caught up in your maya and are getting deluded by your potency or potentiality, and they are getting lost. And what is the effect of maya? What is the effect of maya? The feeling me and mine. The feeling I and I want. Once this expression starts, understand maya has caught you. How can you think of maya and remove it? Can you think of maya and remove it? No. Then what? How can you remove it then? Those who are Devi Upasak? You surrender to her. You surrender to her. Then that Maya, that Devi, which is no longer Maya, for us Maya has a very negative connotation. But when that same Maya is invoked as a Devi, Durga Devi, or Medha through Durga Suktam, Shri Suktam, Shri Vidya Upasana, etc., etc., then she comes and blesses you. But when you think of her as Maya, oh man, Maya, unknowingly, deep in your psyche, you know Maya is a deluding potency. अरे यार फिर फंस गए माया के जाल में ऐसे ही बोलते हैं ना. So all these people, because of their me and mine, they are lost in the karma mark. They want to do this ritual and that ritual, and then they collect. For doing the ritual, they collect all the things. They make so much food. They make so much prasad. They collect so many rice and haldi, kumkum, this and panchamrit and water and cold water and hot water and clothes and oh my God, all this because they are still seeing you as separate to themselves. That's why they are doing it. They are not able to understand that the Lord is to be caught within, the Lord is to be experienced within, the Lord is to be realized within, not outside. We must not stop doing puja. Understand? So don't get misunderstand. We must not stop doing puja and rituals, but change your approach to that ritual. Once you change that approach to that ritual, if that ritual stops of its own accord, it's okay. Then there is no, otherwise if you stop, you will feel guilty. You don't want to go into that direction of feeling guilt. But when you get matured, because your attention is not on the ritual, but your attention is on what is the purpose of that ritual. It is to invoke the divine. If your attention is on the divine, then maturity will come. And when that maturity comes, automatically, even while during the ritual itself, you will go into silence. You will go into meditation, and there will be no guilt. Important thing is there should be no precipitation of the guilt. Otherwise, what happens when? Because every puja ends how? Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. If I have done any mistake, I don't know, by thought, word and deed, I offer all those mistakes, means my individuality is still intact, O Lord, and I want to surrender it to you. If I have made any mistake. Isn't it? Every time you repeat that, you are establishing your individuality. Don't take that sentence. Then what do we do, Swamiji? Brahmarpanam. What she says is correct. See, everything is Brahman. Another mantra all the priests say, Papoham Papa Karmanam. I am a sinner. I offer all those sins. What sins? You can never commit a sin in life. Can never commit a sin. If you take the position of the consciousness. Where have all the sins have gone which the dreamer did or committed in the dream? Where have they gone? Is there any guilt that you feel? Neutralized the moment you wake up. So wake up from this waking, all the sins will be neutralized. But for that, you have to wake up. For waking up, your attitude, your approach, your disposition while doing the rituals has to be better. It has to be, an intelligent one. And then if it stops, it stops. And what's the time? 8:23. How much is it? Oh, thoda sa baki. We'll conclude it. Let's read this one. Bhagavan jiva lokoyam mohitastav mayaya aham mametya sadgraho bhramyate karma vatmasu aham chatmatma jagara darartha swajana dishu bhramami swapna kalpeshu मूढ़ सत्य धिया विभो अनित्यानात्म दुःखेषु विपर्ययमतिर्यहम् द्वन्द्वारामस्तमोविष्टो न जाने त्वात्मनः प्रियम् यथा बुधो जलं हित्वा प्रतिच्छन्नं तदुद्भवैः अभ्येति मृगतृष्णां वै तद्वत्वाहं पराङ्मुखः नोत्सहेऽहं कृपणधीः कामकर्महतं मनः रोद्धुं प्रमाथिभिश्चाक्षैः ह्रियमाणमितस्ततः सोऽहं तवाङ्घ्रयुगपगतो स्म्यसतां दुरापं तच्चाप्यहं भवदनुग्रह ईश मन्ये पुंसो भवेद्यर्हि संसरणपवर्गः त्वय्यब्जनाभसदुपासनया मतिः स्यात् नमो विज्ञानमात्राय सर्वप्रत्ययहेतवे पुरुषेश प्रधानाय ब्रह्मणेऽनन्तशक्तये नमस्ते वासुदेवाय सर्वभूतक्षयाय च ऋषिकेश नमस्तुभ्यं प्रपन्नं न हिमां प्रभो. Here he says, when he says Bhagavat Jiva Lokoyam Mohitastava Mayaya Aham Mametya Sadgraho Brahmyate Karma Vartmasu. It's not my words, it is his words. And what are they? Aham Mametya, I and mine. This entraps us, grahyo, it entraps us, and Brahmyate, and then it deludes us. We get caught up in this delusion, and in that once we are caught up in that delusion, then what is the expression of that delusion? That I must do something to become free of this delusion, and we get involved in the world. But when we become a little bit sattvic, then that doing shifts to ritual life, to doing pujas, to doing japas. All that is required, don't get it wrong. But we must transcend that. Understand all rituals and all sadhanas are only for the mind, not for anyone else. And you are not the mind. If this clicks before this body leaves, it will be great. And and in this way, even in the dream, just like I see the various things in the dream, similarly in the waking dream, I collect, I look at the body and I see the children, I see the wife, I see the wealth, I see the relatives, and whatever I see, I take it to be the truth, and then I get caught up in that truth, I get deluded by that truth, and then I remain entrapped in in that vision which I have taken to be the truth, and then there is no end for this delusion. When will I get free of this? Isn't it? So for us right now, looking at you is very real, isn't it? Looking at you is very real. Vinay is an imagination. Prove it. पहले 2-3 थप्पड़ लगाओ. नहीं है. स्वामी जी मैं हूँ. Swami Chinmayanand ji says, he's got one statement. Seeing is believing or believing is seeing. What is the truth? But how do we live our life? Seeing is believing. See? But yet, when you fall in love, there is no seeing in believing. Seeing is believing. You believe that I am in love with that person. You believe that you have fallen in love. You believe that that person loves you. You believe that person is going to do this. You believe your children will take care of you after you grow up. Have you seen it? It's only imagination. No seeing is believing. Then if at all, if this statement is true, believing is seeing, then what is worth believing? That everything is nothing but the divine. Let's realize that in this lifetime. That is worth believing. Then that if you believe it enough, means you become convinced of it enough, then automatically it will reveal. If because you think so much that that person, I am in love with that person, you start keep repeating so intensely, you forget sleeping, waking, dreaming, everything about that person only. Eventually that becomes your reality. If you pursue it intensely. Swamiji, I also did, but it didn't happen. You didn't think about it intensely. There are so many people you must have come across. People have so much. One person is there, he has so much faith in Baba that whatever is to happen, or if any warning is required, or if anything, he has to buy a car, or he has to buy a house, or he has to change the job, everything gets revealed to him. Everything gets revealed. And he just does not question it. Baba comes, do this. In the dream, when he is sitting in meditation, he has so much faith in Baba, he is convinced. He never, and if things sometimes, if they do not go wrong, he never ever complains about why. No, it must be good for me, he has done it. And it happens to. This all because of faith, of conviction. But we are not pursuing spirituality so that such type of solutions come in our life. They will come anyway. Automatically it happens. Intuitively. And I'm caught up in this, and I'm whatever is not the real, I'm taking that to be real, and that which is real, I'm taking it to be unreal. This is my lot, and this is happening because of the delusion of your that you have that I find myself caught in, because I'm giving importance to that which is unreal. And in this way, oh Lord, I am thinking anatma I am taking as an atma, and the atma I am taking as anatma, because I am not even thinking about it. Oh Lord, please. And then as a result of this, I keep getting caught up in the sukha dukkha chakra, and I'm not my intellect starts working in the opposite direction, and there is no end to this journey. In the deluded world, there is no end. It's a circle. You keep chakra view. Monday, after next 1 week, what will come? Monday again. अबे यार अभी तो गया था. अभी तो गया था. फिर Monday आ गया. अरे, yesterday I went to sleep. Now what will come? Again you will go to sleep. Don't worry. Waking, dream, sleep. Again waking, dream, sleep. It's a circle. It's not a linear journey. If you are in the mind, you cannot escape from this cyclical life. You have to get out of it. And for that, you require enough thrust. Just like a rocket requires enough power to go out of the gravity of the earth. Once it goes out, it does not need any energy to go around, orbit the earth. Similarly, you need initial thrust, initial humongous energy is required to get out of the gravity of the mind. And that does not come by your thinking. It comes by the grace of the divine. But you have to apply yourself there. Apply the mind there. And in this way, due to the ignorance, I am involved in this world, and I am reveling in this world, and I have completely forgotten that, oh Lord, you are my true love. See how he's saying? That you are my true love, this I have forgotten. And the people, in the lake sometimes those weeds grow and they cover the whole lake, and you can't see the water. And if you think, oh, that is land, सीधे पानी में. बचपन में हमारे साथ हुआ था. In small ponds also, it completely covered, and you think it's just a grassland, but it is not. So when you look such a lake covered with that type of plant, and you feel that there is no water there, and on contrary to that, because of the heat of the sun, sometimes creates the mirage on the hot land, and you think there is water there, and you run towards that water. So where there was water, you are not looking at water because it is covered. And where there is no water, you are thinking there is water. This is our situation. We are looking at the world and we are running towards the world. This is mirage. And where is the water which will quench your thirst? It is within, in your heart, and you are not going there. Why? Because it is covered. Covered by the delusion, covered by I and mine, covered by all your attachments. But it is there, but we are not looking at it. And in this way, oh Lord, please, I am roaming around in this world, searching for respect, I am searching for acceptance. Please get me out of all this. I don't want all this give me salvation. Oh Lord, because of this ignorance, in my mind different desires arise, and when those desires arise, then to fulfill those various desires, I take up new projects to fulfill those desires. And then when I take those projects up, then I get caught up. Then the senses go out in the world, and they become strong. And then when those projects are being carried out, no project. Just take a simple example of building a house. I don't know how many of you have built a house. And if you are doing it, it's so much you are going through that right now. I did it for mom in 2000. It was it was not a smooth journey. So many things, and always the budget is increasing. That is the bigger problem. Huh? So we had a desire to build a house. Why? It will give me satisfaction. My house, new one, everything. Then the projects begin. Then the mind commands the senses. Oh, that tile. No, this tile. Oh, no, that tile. Oh, no, that. Then you can't. Don't make a decision. There is a big jumble up in the head, and the Maya has reached, has blessed you with confusion. So, it all started why? Because there was a desire. And why did desire come? Because of ignorance of your own essential nature or the Lord within your heart. And that is why we get into all this. And then we run from pillar to post trying to satisfy, and a time comes, if you have noticed, a time comes when you are not even able to sleep. Why? Mind is continuing. You lie down in the bed, the mind is working. कौन सी tile खरीदनी है? कौन सा tap? Which tap? That was expensive. This one, and the whole picture is going on in your head, and you can't go to sleep. What should I cook today? Oh my God! What should I wear today? Half an hour gone. Only in making decision what to wear. And this way we lose the moment. Where is the Lord available? In the moment. And what is happening to that moment? It is full of confusion born out of delusion. And that delusion is expressing as desire. That desire is prompting you to perform actions. And those actions are again leaving behind samskars. And we remain caught up in them. And Akrurji is saying in this manner, this roaming me who is caught up in the world under the delusion of your Maya, O Lord. He is not saying my Maya, your Maya, O Lord. Now I am at your feet. Now I am at your feet, O Lord. And these feet are not available to those who do not have faith and those who are not good at heart. For the cruel people, now here the word he's Akrur, isn't it? So he says those who are cruel people, those who are bad people, for them these feet are not easily attainable. But you have yourself given me the blessings, O Lord, and in this way, therefore, because of your grace, because of your Kripa Prasad, I take this whole vision that you are giving me, this experience that you are giving me as your Prasad, and because of this, I have now totally gone beyond the samsar. It has got no sway over me, and now I remember you and you alone as Atma Swarup and Prataksha Swarup. O Prabhu, O Lord, you yourself are the form of the wisdom. You are the solid consciousness which is pervading within our mind and within our hearts, and all the thoughts that are appearing in our mind, the substratum of that is you and you alone, O Lord. And all the jivas, sukh and dukh, all their joys and sorrows that they are experiencing, the karma that they are doing, the swabhav, as well as the prakriti, everything is pervaded by you alone. And you are the propagator of all this, and the potentiality, the power, the shakti of yours is ananta, it's endless, it's infinite, it never ends. Meaning, in other words, this phenomena that you are experiencing of the cosmos, of the waking, dream, deep sleep, it will never end. Realization doesn't mean now I will not be able to sleep. Oh my God. People ask this question. If I get realized, then who will take care of my job? Who will take care of my children? This is the silly questions they come. Everything will be taken care of, don't worry. But no, we think if I don't take care, who else can take care? And you know why this doubt is coming? Because you don't believe that Lord is. That is why this fear comes. And those who believe, only to them He reveals. This is the basic fault in our thinking, in our conviction. This fear is because of our non-acceptance. ऊपर से सब ठीक है, पूजा वूजा सब बढ़िया है, अंदर थोड़ा सा धक्का ज्यादा लगा. One lady is there. She says, Swamiji, I was a great devotee of the Lord. I used to do puja every day. I used to do Devi Upasana every day. I used to do Krishna puja every day. And then the Lord took away my husband. Still I did not feel bad. Then He took away my son. And from that time, everyone whom I loved, He has taken away. Now I have stopped believing in God. Okay? What do you say to that lady? No, don't cry. My situation is also like you, He took away from me this, He took away from me that, He made me into a sannyasi, and मैं ऐसे बोलूँगा. But she has anger towards the Lord because He took away, she blames Him. I did so much for the Lord for all my life. Why did He take away my husband and my son? So she may not be doing puja of the Lord, but she is still angry with Him. So she is still thinking about Him alone, but she doesn't realize that. So in this way, O Lord, I do prostrations to you. You are the Vasudev, and you are the Sankarshana, and you are the Rishikesh, and again and again I do namaskar to you, and please protect me who has surrendered at your feet, O Lord. Yeah, beautiful. Here he said, where was that? Where is the Rishikesh one? नमस्ते वासुदेवाय सर्वभूतक्षयाय च ऋषिकेश नमस्तुभ्यं प्रपन्नं पाहि मां प्रभो. प्रपन्नं means प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय तामृतदुहे नमः. Prapanna means surrendering at the feet of the Lord. So here he says, I am surrendered at the feet of your Lord, O Lord, and in this way we conclude this chapter, and next week we will see entry into Mathura of Sri Krishna and Balrama. Now all hangama begins slowly. Om इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे पूर्वार्धे अक्रूरस्तुतिर्नाम चत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. बंद करो.